Okay, so we are looking now to buy another prop firm challenge. Previous episode, we had $100,000 funded account. Obviously, we do still have that account. Hopefully, we can continue getting payouts from that account. That is obviously the main goal. The only way to make a lot of money from prop firms is to scale up. You're better off scaling your capital rather than trying to scale how much profit you're making from your trades. So that is the goal. As you see here, my Traders Connect, which is the trade copier which I'm actually trying to use out. I used to use social trader tools. Sticking to this one is kind of an easier process, especially with linking the accounts, the dashboard, everything. It just looks a lot nicer. So that is what I'm actually going to be using in this series. Hopefully it does work exactly the same as social trader tools, because this is the first time I've actually used it. Here we have the Aqua live account, which we actually trade with. Obviously live, it's not a live account, it's a demo technically, but it is a funded account and we get paid from it. So it is the live and not a challenge like the other accounts which we will be linking. Next thing we need to do is try and think, which prop firm do we want to use? And obviously we don't want one with bad reviews. We don't want one that is notorious for not paying people out. We want one that's going to be good and one that I've used before. So logical step is using True Forex funds. Been on the first on the leaderboards many times. Obviously I'm not making 184k with one payout. Obviously that would be nice, but it's not really going to happen. So if I do log in and I buy a new challenge, we're going to go for another $100,000 funded account. The reason why I'm not doing $200,000 every single time is because I want to show someone that doesn't have 900, 1,000 euros, 1,000 pounds to spend on a challenge, to show that it is possible to do it with 100k or 50k accounts. Obviously, if we're doing it a 50k account, the profit will just be half. If you're doing it with 200k, the profit will be double. So that's what you just need to account for. So we're going to be using 100k accounts. And if we do the maths here, 499 euros to GBP, it's around 428 pounds. It is a lot in comparison to the one we paid for Aqua funding and the one we've actually seen with other firms, but it is one that I actually like to use, and one that hopefully once we pass we will actually get the refund for. So it's kind of irrelevant what we actually paid in the first place anyway. And it's always good to look if there are any discount codes for anything you buy, especially prop firms. They often run deals, and we did actually find one to actually use there, which is lovely. And we're going to accept the terms and conditions and everything here, continue to check out, and we're obviously going to be paying by card. There we go. And then thank you for your purchase. There we go. So now what we have to do is wait for the account details to come through once the order has actually processed, which hopefully shouldn't take that long. And then we are ready to go with a phase 1 of True Forex funds. So if you look in my email, here is the order, $100,000 account, 474 euros, and we are going to input this into our spreadsheet. So this is our prop spreadsheet. So we have True Forex funds, and we are trading a $100,000 account, and this is going to be active. The reason I do it on here is because it is a lot easier to actually track everything that you are doing. How much you paid, phase 1, phase 2, funded. It's a lot easier to track. So we actually paid 474 euros, and if we do convert that to dollars, it is 518.67. So if we paste that in, so for this challenge we did actually pay $238 more. Obviously new firms, they're gonna have new offers. You're gonna find deals, you're gonna find companies with 50% off, 60% off, but at the end of the day we're gonna pass both, so we're gonna get the refund on both anyway, so that doesn't really matter. And here we go, we have the account details. Obviously I'm going to blur the account details for obvious reasons, because I don't want you guys logging into my accounts, but there we go. We have phase 1 username and password. Now we have phase 1 details, and next time I see you, hopefully we'll be in a trade ready to trade this account. If you are looking now on GBP USD, it does look good for a nice short, I'm not gonna lie. If we're looking at short positions now, this is actually the perfect area to look from. So if we're actually looking to get into a trade, it'd be exactly from this level with a 10 pip stop loss. And you guys know I love to target a 1 to 3. This is actually a beautiful trade. So what we have to do now is go on to the MT4 and basically put in our details. And now we are logged into the account. Obviously we want to get up GBP USD. So if we look here, there we go. And obviously this looks absolutely disgusting. So we are going to put our template on there, and you guys know how it goes. We love to use 2% risk, which if we are looking to short, around 27316. And if we just adjust this, you have a stop loss. You know, the thing is with trading like this, you don't even have to look back at your trading view to see, okay, what's my stop loss? You literally just know, okay, it's plus 10 pips. So 27416. Then we have the take profit of 1.27016. Modify that like that. And if we look back, it's basically exactly the same. Obviously, this is 30.7, that's 10.2. That's just life. So now we are waiting for price to actually hit this level. If we go on the 5-minute and zoom in a bit further now, you guys can see this. If I just put it split screen with the trading view and we take a screenshot of this for the journal, if we download the image, there we go. Good thing about taking screenshots before and after is you can see exactly what price was doing when you're actually looking to enter a setup. So here we knew that price has just broken structure. At the top here, we had the high, we failed to break the high. So this is again another lower high, exact same as what we had here. Price failed to break, so it's a lower high. And then once again during London session this morning, or pre-London for this move, we've broken the structure. And then we had this structure, which London broke. And then we've broken this, retest in. So it's a good sign to actually keep moving to the downside. Obviously, it could just go straight through to this level before dropping, or it could go straight through to this level and then drop. But you know, you can't always be right on the trades. So as long as the risk management's there and we know how much we're risking, which is $2,000. If we look, you guys can see if you hover over exactly $2,000. And if we win, we probably make 6,000. There we go, exactly $6,000. So we know how much we're winning, we know how much we're losing. So it's kind of perfect. And that's enough talking for now. I do need to have some food, some drink. Got a few meetings to attend to, and then hopefully this trade will actually be tagged in. But that is how I go about entering a trade. It does look like I've just entered the trade randomly, but I did have this setup planned out already. It wasn't just like I looked on the charts and just entered for the people who were going to think that. But yeah, hopefully this setup does play out beautifully. Okay, so the trade actually did play out, and after a few candles, 30-45 minutes, we eventually ended up getting tagged into the trade. As you see on the screen, price had a little push to the upside, tagged us in the trade. There we go. Trade is now active, and with this trade we didn't really have much drawdown. We went straight into profit pretty much. We had a few pips push up, and then it was pretty much straight into profit, which is always the best case scenario for a lot of these trades. Straight drop down into profit, running around 2% at that point, 2.5% maximum. Okay guys, so we are currently running around 1.5% in profit on this trade, floating around 1.5 to 2% profit, and it's been quite slow. We've literally just been consolidating. We've pretty much been in profit the whole time, which is obviously a good sign, but we're struggling to break the lows. So if we fail one more time, if we come down and test these lows, then we'll probably get out of the trade for around 2.5% profit. Obviously it's a good start. We only need 8% overall, but hopefully the next couple of candles does create a nice push to the downside, and we can get a nice 6% on this trade. But even if it is 2.5, 3%, that is obviously lovely profit. And as I say that now, it is pushing down a little bit, but yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with this trade. It's been quite slow today, especially after I entered. It dropped down into profit nicely. I was at 2.5%, and then it's just been consolidating around that sort of area. So yeah, I guess we'll see what happens with this trade now. Okay guys, so we have actually kind of now broken out of this low. So we're breaking the lows, which is a very, very good sign in this sort of level. If we break and close below this level, then we're going to continue holding the trade. If we don't, and we don't get a push down to these lows, then there's not a good chance we're going to break down further, or a chance enough that I want to be in the trade. Obviously it can still happen, and it will just take maybe a little bit longer, but there we go. We have a close now. It was below the line I actually said. So hopefully on this next candle or so, we can continue the drop, because it is getting a bit late. It's 3:15 p.m. Never usually in trades at this time, but you know, it's fine. Especially with challenges, I do trade slightly differently. I will trade through New York if I have entered in London session, which is the case kind of on this trade. So hopefully we get a nice drop now, but just wanted to update you guys with the trade. I did actually send this trade in my Telegram group as well. It's just an analysis group. I send my charts, and you know, on my other account I did close out this trade early, so I did tell them that I closed out only for around 1% profit, but you know, profit is profit at the end of the day. If you're making 1% profit per month for a whole year, you're making more than, you know, the S&P 500 on average. You're making more than 90% of traders. So, you know, 1% profit, 2% profit a month is better than no profit, I guess. So yeah, that's just a little update. I want to keep you guys updated with the whole process, you know, my thought process behind every single decision in this process. Very, very important for you guys to understand why I'm entering trades, how I'm managing these trades. Makes it a lot easier for you guys to learn from and maybe replicate in your own trading. Okay guys, so as you see on the screen, I'm actually a little bit of a distance from the setup, but I can see the screens, and GBP USD is absolutely melting beautifully towards our target. If I just show you the MT4 on the phone here, you can see that we're running around $4,000, $4,500, which is 4.5% profit, because we are trading on a $100,000 account. This trade is just running so smoothly. We've broken out of that consolidation now. This candle that we're actually currently on, I kind of want that to close below, because if this closes below, it is a very, very good sign that we are going to melt to the downside. If we do close below this area and then pull back up, that's a good time for me to get a scale in, because as you guys know, I passed a lot of these challenges early because I scale into positions. Works a charm every single time. So hopefully we can do that on this trade to pass in one trade. That is obviously what we always want to do. Pass in one trade, get it over and done with, and then on to the next phase, phase 2, 4% or 5%, relatively easy. And then we are moving on to the funded. But right now we're dropping 4.8k after the commission, $140 commission on this trade. It's relatively high, but that's life. What I'm about to do now is go and record another video for the channel. Got the nice new set. You know, I'm usually sat at the desk, but I thought I'd change it up for a couple of videos, and then let's see if it looks good on camera or not. But yeah, trade's running nicely in profit, and I'll let you know if it hits the take profit and we get a nice bit of a buffer on the account. Okay guys, have some good news for you. So if I quickly show you my phone, that there is $8,000 in profit, and we have passed phase 1. Pretty sure the target is $8,000. I mean, I hope it is, because I've closed out the trade now. I did scale in on that trade. Scale-ins work absolutely perfectly for me, which I always speak about when passing these challenges. It's just absolutely perfect. So phase 1 passed within one setup. I say one setup because it is one setup, but 2 trades technically. But yeah, very, very nice start to the week. It is Tuesday. Last week we actually traded the funded account of the Aqua. So hopefully this week, in the next 3 days, we can pass phase 2 as well, or maybe next week, because we want to get onto the funded account stage relatively quickly, because the aim of the series is to get payouts, and whilst I'm trading these demo challenge accounts, I don't get any money for that. So as long as we don't start risking crazy amounts and fail them, which I don't think we're going to end up doing, as long as we make profit from these accounts, then once we get to the funded stage, it's going to be very, very nice. Once we've got the trades copied up, maybe if we make 5% a month, that's going to be some lovely profit, and it's all going to be recorded for you guys to see on the channel. Hopefully this series shows behind the scenes of the trading, what it's actually like to be a trader, rather than just seeing the Lambo lifestyle sat at a beach trading. It's just not how it works. You know, I'd rather be in a countryside house in England. That's it really. But yeah, so yeah, later I'll take you on to the dashboard, go through the whole trade, and hopefully we get phase 2 details to move on to next. So just a quick one, I just checked the True Forex funds, and it actually says that it is a minimum of 5 trading days. So I can't actually finish the phase 1 this week, because we have to enter 0.0 on lot sizes for the next 4 days to actually move on to phase 2. It's annoying, it's going to slow down the process a little bit, but that's fine. You guys are going to experience the same with prop firms. So again, it is a very, very realistic experience that we're going to have to go through. So that's life. I'll see you guys in 5 days to move on to phase 2. Okay guys, so I come with updates on the challenge and the payout status of the Aqua funded account. It's currently the 18th of January, and yesterday I did actually request my payout from Aqua funded, and I did actually get paid that payout. It got accepted, obviously, and obviously that is on the way to my bank. Apparently it's 2 to 3 working days through the payment provider which they actually use. Previously it only took like 2 hours, but I guess we'll see how long this one actually takes. If I just show you the Aqua funded quickly, you see that we're back at $100,000 now. The good thing about this firm and firms that actually do this is it's the same account every single time. They just withdraw from that one account, which makes it a lot easier if you are using a copy trader or you are looking to track your stats, rather than having to set up new accounts every single time and new logins, new passwords, everything. It's just a lot easier. But you see here, these are the trades, and yeah, it's very, very nice. Not sure why it says the average loss is 4k, because we've only had one loss and it's been 1k, but it must account for the withdrawals, I guess. I'm not really sure what's going on there. And the win rate is not right either, because we've won 3 trades and we've lost 1, but the win rate is 50%. So the maths aren't really adding up there, but you know, I guess it counts the withdrawals as losses for some reason. So, but yeah, that's the Aqua funded. We have actually got the payout from that. And the True Forex funds, this is actually the $100,000 phase 2, which we actually bought earlier in this episode. And you see max loss, we only lost 21p, which is one of the 0.01 days, and profit target of $5,000 is actually reached. I did screen record when I was entering this trade and when it was dropping towards the target, so I will overlay that so you can see that whilst I'm actually talking through this. But I actually entered a 0.01 the day before, the first day I actually got the details, just so I didn't have to wait 5 days from when I actually entered the first trade. I think it is an easier way to actually do this. So I made my 5k, and then obviously 5 minimum trading days. So tomorrow will be the day where we actually officially pass the phase 2. And hopefully we'll actually get the login ready for next week, ready for Tuesday, to actually trade both funded accounts together. You know, about ideal if we get the accounts on Monday for this True Forex funds, the funded stage. Who knows what's going to happen? It's obviously not automated when you pass phase 1 and 2. They have to verify it and you have to sign the contract and everything to get onto the funded stage. So hopefully that can be done by Tuesday, because that is when I'll start trading. Don't trade on Mondays, so the next possible day would be Tuesday. If we're just looking down here at the trades, 4,000 and then 2 other trades which are a little bit smaller, which totals 5%. So that's not too shabby. Obviously on GBP USD, I entered a 0.01 on gold. It was just the first pair I saw on my MT4. But again, phase 1 we had no losses. Phase 2 we had no losses. So it's been a very, very good run so far. You know, with Aqua funded, phase 1 and 2 is relatively quick process as well. I passed within 2 days. 2 trading days on Aqua funded to pass, 2 trading days on True Forex funds to pass. I feel like we're doing quite well so far. And we have had a total of $11,000 in payouts so far from 2 trading days. So I think that's pretty good. Main focus now, get this account on the copier, and then obviously we'll be trading with $200,000, 100k Aqua, 100k TFF, and then it's kind of simple. I'll try and make 2 to 3%, which is obviously $2,000 to $3,000 on each account, which is a 1 to 3 for me. So 1 trade, 1 profitable trade. Unless I risk 2%, which means we'll make a 1 to 6. It'll be a 1 to 3, but we'll make 6%. So technically it's like a 2 to 6, if you think of it like that. But obviously 10 pip stop loss, 30 pip take profit. And yeah, then we'll just wait for the payout. I'm pretty sure they're both bi-weekly payouts, so we'll get the payouts at pretty much the same time, which will be good to keep the accounts in sync. So you get the payout, both accounts get the payout at similar times, depending on obviously the process for each firm. But from when I've had payouts from TFF before, they're relatively quick and easy to actually process the payouts, which is good. Hopefully it keeps in sync, so I don't have to wait a few days for the other one to link to the trade copier, but you know, that's just life. Probably going to end episode 2 here. We passed another 100k account. got 200k in funded now, and episode 3, hopefully we'll do some live trading on these 2 accounts and show you how it works with the trade copier, setting up all the settings on there too. Yeah, hopefully we can make some profit and contribute some more towards our 100k goal.